your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none, you're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though, am I right?
I hope so.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good. We were hoping for a different answer. That's probably not the answer that we're looking for.
What we just witnessed was an unvarnished example of the perils of live television. That's what happens when a reporter randomly selects a Powerball player to offer his thoughts in spontaneous and unrehearsed fashion. Of course, if you're so inclined, you and I and that very candid man we just saw are depending on the random selection of numbers by the Powerball computer to make us, we hope, multi-millionaires. So, in the spirit of complete candor, allow me to point out that one aspect of this entire endeavor where nothing is left to chance. It comes in the realm of taxation. No matter who has the winning ticket, government holds the winning hand. Janet Novak has written something for Forbes.com, and she runs the numbers on who would get what from a $1.5 billion jackpot. She points out that the only way to really get the full $1.5 billion would be to take the winnings in 30 payments over the next 25 years. Even then, the tax bite would be considerable, but not as big as the government bill for a lump sum payout. If you win and say, give me the money right now, you would take home $932 million. That's 62% of the advertised amount. The rest would go to government. Now, to be sure, $932 million ain't chicken feed. But knowing that what remains of the $1.5 billion would remain as revenue in the coffers of government, well, let's just say that Ben Franklin's observation that the only two certainties of life are death and taxes, that remains incredibly relevant. What we have here is a case of taxation by sensation. A big spectacle with a big payout means a big tax bill. Now, most of us are okay with it, and in fact, no less a political personage than Newt Gingrich has suggested in the past that our federal government should conduct regular lotteries to help pay down our debt. There's a method to that seeming madness because it really attracts willing players. Let's call them what they are, taxpayers. The allure of a huge payout attracts most of us who rationalize that we have to be in it to win it. That's all well and good, but again, the real winner is the tax man. At least, that's the way I see it. Now for the way you see it. A lot of you wrote in about the State of the Union address last night. The first comment from Pamela, who writes, with the dangerous state of today's world, I think Americans would rather have a gun available than not. Next, it's Ron, who writes in, JD, you asked if America can be turned around. History says no. No nation or civilization that has gone this far off the rails has ever done so. And finally, we hear from Steve, who writes the following. At the State of the Union, Mr. Obama was very clear about what his greatest threat is, Mr. Trump. He got that right. The Donald is coming and is going to sweep his 8 years of trash out for a special pickup. Thanks for those comments. We'd like to get your comments, and here's where you send them. Newsmaxtv.com/comments. My final comments, as always, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.